decision when you play across the line to a delivery that stays straight. Harmeet Singh, you did talk about him being the game changer. Yeah, we have some very fine umpiring calls being made in the middle as well. And the umpires for match number 30 in qualifier 1, Mr. Buddhi Pradhan. He's at the bowler's end. And on the other side, at square leg, is the ever-smiling, the large-hearted Mr. Bismillah Shinwari. And that's Mr. Vinay Kumar Jha. Hello, Mr. Jha. We saw the wave and the smile as well. Thank you. What an over. Only 2 runs coming off it. On the money are the bowlers here for the Sudham Paschim Royals. 21 after over number 4.
Susan Dairy को उत्कृष्ट उत्पादन Delight Dairy Whitener ले अब हर एक दिन delightful. मेरो नम्बर मेरे चोइस. आफूलाई मन पर्ने नम्बर छ.
He's becoming obsession with captains. Early 80s, 82, 83, 84 miles an hour on his day.
Yeah, but he came across as a bowler who would just release the ball with his gentle medium paces, but he did make a huge impact for England cricket for quite some time.
Yeah, he did. Swing the ball, skiddy, second ball in early 80s. And then probably his middle 70s, mid 70s. But he can be effective on certain pitches, but the ball's going to try and take advantage. But again, very watchful. A boundary early on in the over. He's come back well as McMillan. The ball's looking for another boundary this over. There should be power play. The first 6 overs are huge. With the drone. I love watching the drone in action professionally. Get it! Gets it is the goal just over the field that bit off. You couldn't have placed a better field over there. That's because Kuggeleijn was ready for it and he's the tallest in the side as well. And if it goes over him, it'll go over anybody. And this is what I was saying, when you're playing someone like McMillan, the pacey balls, this is the place you want to hit him. Hit him straight back where he's come from. And Scott Kuggeleijn, a tall man, not tall enough as he runs away towards the Ensel boundary. For another 4. Get
body behind the ball, and he'll keep it to 1. 9 runs over number 5. And a nice little partnership building here between Kansakar and Asif. It's 30 for 1.
Con Superlight Gel with hyaluronic acid. 200% instant hydration. Miracles happen.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL apps. Legends rise through greatness and lead with their actions. From a timeless legacy to inspiring a nation, legends choose the ball. Drive like a legend. Drive the ball.
Is packed to the rafters yet again. It's rapidly become designated El Clasico. Safe Save comes into the attack. And there are going to be points where I'm not going to be able to hear myself, let alone Hilton Ackerman, who's now joining me.
Yeah, Lenny, even when you see those little open areas there, it's not because they can't be filled. It's just those are areas where there's no vantage point. You actually can't see the ground. And that's why sometimes you just see an open area. It is quite remarkable.
Lovely shot. It's the new skipper. He's a very elegant player. He's had an okay tournament, not a great one. Can he make it count now?
It's amazing what players consider width now. It only has to just miss off stump and they're just letting their hands go.
A little slower through the air this time. We heard from Asif Sheikh at the toss talking about how devastating. We saw Anil Sah's statement last night on social media. Really unfortunate incident that's led to the hand injury, and probably be no one more devastated than Anil himself. Parity has runs up at the top.
They've been very stable at the top, haven't they? And they've always got solid starts through the two of them. Got him. Well, that's the end of Asif. He can't quite believe it. He's standing his ground as if to say, well, did the wicketkeeper not knock them over?
We can send this upstairs. The initial impact purely from an audio point of view was that the stumps have certainly been hit. I just wonder what our buddy Pradhan and his manager are going to go upstairs here. Interesting to see what we're checking here. Remember, certainly you might have heard a bit of commotion in the background. It's a Nepal Pay third umpire decision pending. It's not out nor not out yet. We're not going to get anything wrong with the front foot. That's absolutely fine. That's not what we're looking for here. I think we need to see it down the line, HD, to see what happened. I'm not sure this is the one we want to see, is it? It was clearly hit the stumps, so I'm really not sure what we're checking.
Yep, it was the only decision that I think they could come up with. Your guess is as good as mine.
Even after bowled, he stood there. I think he might have been confused. Thought that the ball may have ricocheted off bit out Bandari's gloves. It definitely didn't. This is as clean as you can see. From front on, we'll see it even better. Straight into off stump. Nothing wrong with that. And it means that Asif Sheikh will have to trudge off the new captain of the ball. He's gone. Bowled for 11. It's kind of the utility man, isn't he, for the Bolts? Man for the rescue situation, man for all seasons with the ball. Has a 5-wicket haul in the competition. Has plenty of handy runs, but nothing too substantial. We want to put that right today. You have to say, I know the Associate International game is as big as they come, and I know he's just played at a World Cup, including a famous win over Ireland in New York. Maybe outside of that, this could be one of the big. As we get to the end of the power play, it's 37 for 2.
तपाईँको असली एनर्जी रेड बुल असली नै रोज
अब संसारको जुनसुकै ठाउँबाट
आयामी गरेको पैसा सजिलै प्राप्त गरौँ डाइली बेको सुपर वालेटमा
Crowd. We've got some absolute Nepalese classics being spun by the DJ. Julie, another cracker. It's converted even the grinchiest of old critics. I'm not sure how you couldn't love this MPL. It's been marvellous, and this is a man who's had a big impact on it since he's come in. Came in a little bit late after playing in that GSL. He's bowled very, very well. HD, like the MPL, the inaugural season.
I mentioned a little bit earlier, it's just difficult to look past the crowds, the public, how they've come in every single day. You thought that the morning games there would be absolutely no one, but granted they come in a little later than we do, but by the time play gets underway, even the morning games, you've had some incredible crowds. Yeah, they for me have been the absolute highlight.
And I think this may be the biggest of the tournament. Maybe that opening day, that opening Saturday. Actually, group meeting between these two. The reason it's known as El Clasico. Good running, getting a single. Hugely proud, aren't they, of their culture, their country. I've met people who've flown back from Australia, flown back from England. It's been very much the talk of the country, and I think this thing is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger in seasons to come. There's already many yellow shirts up there in the crowd. The Bolts Army are there too. Put down. A diving effort. I think it's Arif Sheikh who's often there at slip. Made the ground initially, but it's gone to ground.
What makes this a difficult chance is the fact that Tucker is shaping to hit that through the leg side. So when the batter's looking through the leg side, he's slightly unsighted for just a brief moment. That would have been a goodie.
Actually had 2 or 3 goals at it, didn't he? Knows the first snip of a spinner, whether it's a leg spinner or a left arm spinner, turning it away when a batter's trying to force it to the leg side. You see it so late. Actually did a lot well, it just didn't stick. Amrojit, your snow leopard up in the crowd. This one swept away. Good protection behind square. Harmeet Singh just can't lay a bat on him, can they? He's bowled 3 overs for 8 here. And the Royals are getting on top early. It's 40 for 2 after 7.
Watch NPL on the go on Ncell app, unlimited YouTube and other NPL packs. Download Ncell app now or dial *123*9#.
संसारको जुनसुकै ठाउँबाट
आयामी गरेको पैसा सजिलै प्राप्त गरौँ डाइली बेको सुपर वालेटमा
I dare to overcome every hurdle and shine like a beacon. Presidential Graduate School, where every step leads to a new adventure.
is out. Would there have been a thought process to get Jimmy Neesham in, or is it just too early for him?
It's very difficult as a in the left-hander, because there's two left-arm spinners on, because then the opposition gap just changes it up. Float it up and says, hit me.
Well, this said hit me, hit me, hit me. It really did. It was a very, very tempting delivery, a generous one. Harsh Thacker more than good enough for it. Straight down the ground, one bounce. And a super four powered by Ansel 4G. Thacker gets the single. Naseem Sheikh was a little undescriptive of exactly what he wanted, but bearing in mind what we saw this morning, surely the Bolts need 150 at least, won't they?
Against the men in yellow, we would think so. I mean, they seem to have got themselves into trouble in their previous game, but and goes straight on. But they seem to have get themselves out of trouble, because when their captain walks in at 5, 6 or 7, and he's just such a wonderful finisher. So yeah, 150 minimum. You never know, pressurised games, what tends to happen. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the potential of this tournament that you spoke about. We're probably going to have to go into the next over though, because it should be just the single, and yes, right, so that's 8 gone, 47 for 2.
आफ्ना हरेक चिन्ताहरू अब हामीलाई छोडिदिनुस्। तपाईको भोलिको भरपर्दो साथी सानीमा रिलायन्स लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्स।